everything working? Can you see the screen alright? I have Discord up so it's easier to just reply there. I can see it. Awesome! Okay. I forgot that I named it Let It Snow. Let's fucking go, my guys! Okay. So let me think. Wow, we've done a lot. And I have 420 money. Blaze it. Yeah, I love streaming. And I love showing Nancy through games like, ah!
I have a space bubble. You're violating it.
I love you so much. Oh wait, I think I was trying to talk to Soren. But it was, I love you. But it was so laggy that I got irritated. Because I wanted you to see how well that everything matched up.
I could use a little space, Nancy.
Oh. Dagny is me. That's just the truth. Let me look at my tasks. Okay. Exploring the I think we should have...
Haven't done that.
Okay. So I'm gonna wander around until I remember what I was doing. Everything is so, like, it's done so well, and if I'm correct, this is the same engine that they've had since 1995.
Blaseth.
Oh, we can talk to her. Okay, okay.
Hey, Elizabeth, may I borrow a snowmobile key?
Depends. Are you going to steal it?
Not this time. I think I'd have trouble fitting it into my carry-on luggage.
Here's the key. We have tourists take them every year. I'm watching you. Always use the provided seatbelt. Snow looks soft until you land head first.
Can you tell me about the festival sound system?
It's been broken for a week.
Soren told me he was manning the sound system on the morning the Hirlichide crashed.
What? But that's not possible. There was no sound that day.
Sounds like we've got an alibi that doesn't quite match up. You spend a lot of time here. Don't you have somewhere else to be?
No, I'm still on festival duty. In case of a ship emergency, I'm responsible. This vessel is an antique. Things break suddenly, and it's hard to hear the alarm from the harbor.
I see. Interesting. Has anyone checked Magnus's cabin?
No. I wanted to.
But you didn't? Or can't?
Soren won't let anyone up there.
His cabin might give me a lead on his location. Can you help me find a way in?
No, this town takes care of its own. Our problems are ours, no one else's.
Talk to you later.
Bye.
The thing is, as beautifully animated as it is, I am so hyped for the trailer that we got because it just looks so much better on the Unity engine. I know it looks slightly more cartoony, but I don't mind that. Like, it's crisper. They still kept a good portion of their original art design that they usually use. Did I solve this puzzle? I definitely didn't solve this puzzle. I don't think I had everything for that puzzle. I'm so excited for the next game. I don't want to go there. Oh wait, we have the snowmobile key now, so we can actually take the snowmobile out. Do. I don't have a helmet. I don't want to die. Where do I get a helmet? Let's see if this causes death.
It's out of gas. No dice.
Oh.
We
have gas. Soren, I think. If I'm not mistaken.
Can I help?
Bingo.
Did you lock Magnus's cabin?
Yes. No one should be going in there until the authorities search everything.
Why not call the police?
Believe me, I want to. But I live life one step away from an angry mob on my doorstep. Why do you think I stay in the culture center?
I don't mind getting in trouble. What if I help you? I'll call them up myself.
Nancy, please. If you were to do that, you'd be tarred and feathered faster than you can say, Eja fietla joku. In these parts, vigilante efforts are very much the norm. Even if the police were to come in, no one would talk. I hate to admit it, but it's up to the two of us to crack this case.
Goodbye.
Bye now.
These cute little sweater vests. Anyway, I was wrong, and apparently he is not the person we talked to about gas. So I guess I can talk to probably Elizabeth. She might know.
I have nothing for you.
Right? What a word. Although props to that voice actor for saying it pretty effortlessly.
I have a space bubble. You're violating it.
Alright, well that just leaves one person. Yona! Here he is.
Speak up now.
Soren told me about your boat crash.
He will pay for a wagging tongue.
Who told me isn't important.
Oh, my little fisker, but it is. Soren is not one of us. He is an outsider. Born 10 miles away, a stranger.
10 miles away, and he's a stranger forever? Well, that seems unfair to Soren.
Unfair means nothing. You think because a culture is unfair, it will change for you? That is not the world. That is not Skipbrot.
Later.
Be gone with you.
Okay, well I have to figure out where to get gas before we do that. I don't know where to get it from. I'm so sorry, it's been a minute since I have played this. Unless I sketch pieces of Dagny's notes on power flashlight pins, locator, toy clue, souvenirs, radio key, and me money. Be good with you. I love it. I love Gunner so much. I love all the characters. They're real cool. Okay. Guys, it has been a minute since I played this game.
Hey, what are you doing?
Going where I don't belong. Where else might there be gas? Gas can be found in generators. Generators are downstairs. I was wrong. I cannot siphon gas from the antique ship. Update. It was worth. It was worth a shot. Oh, I can't turn the light on. Steal the boat. You're right. We should steal the boat. Go up to see Magnus's house. Magnus. Fill the 3 squares and to complete the sequence used in each of the rows. Fill in the 3 squares to complete the sequence using. I don't know what the sequence is. Oh no! Okay, so these are the only ones we can move? Interesting. Oh, is it? Oh, it might be. So, it can't be. Okay. So, it can't be 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, so it should be a 4. And then this one. Oh, it should be math was out. What is this? Oh, these are yellow then, I think. Because there's. I don't think it's Sudoku, because Sudoku would have one more line. This is 3 squared, 3 squared, and then. for the dog. It's not delivery, it's the short note. Bunch of letters. Super helpful. Wait. No. Okay. Pins. No. Okay. There's a plant. Oh, I've already read those. I read those last time. Just communication woes. Was that a thing? Nothing to see over there. Nothing to see over there. So I'll just go in here. Is that? Oh. Again, I cannot siphon gas from the ship. Unfortunately. After the dog, which I believe we read last time. That feels like a no touchy thing. We need radio key.
Hello? Hello? No one's there.
Magnus? Magnus, is that you?
Guess again.
Uh-oh.
Who is this?
Wait, I can explain. I didn't know he was going to go missing, and okay, so I haven't filled out all the daily logs for the guy in months, and yes, okay, so I napped through all of the training videos, but I didn't mean to, and I guess what I'm saying is please don't fire me.
I'm not here to fire you.
So you're not working with my boss?
Nope.
Oh man, that's a relief. Well then, this is Control Tower number 32, Operator Alex Lintrong speaking.
Hi, Alex. I'm Nancy. What's all this about the daily logs and a missing person?
Magnus. He's gone, isn't he? I wanted to say something, but I didn't want to get in trouble.
What did you hear?
Some pretty messed up stuff. I don't know if I can tell you.
Why not?
Whoever took him, they might come after me too. And if my boss finds out someone went missing on my watch and I didn't report it, look, I need this internship. If I get fired here, I'll be a barista until I die. I'm allergic to coffee, man. I can't go back. I can't go back to that life.
Alex, slow down and stay calm. I need your help. If what you're saying is true, Magnus might be in serious danger. But you don't have to handle this alone.
Okay, I heard Magnus calling in early morning, same as always, just to say hi around 6. Then we started chatting, just like we always do. He was excited about the ship he was piloting. He said it was his baby. He started pulling into Skipbrought Harbor. I heard a voice on board, I mean. He went to go check it out, left the radio on. I heard shouting, fighting, then nothing. Just silence.
That's not good. I think this investigation just went from missing persons to abduction.
It's dark out there, and the water's cold. But I know he didn't go on his own. That's why I'm keeping my head down.
Was the voice you heard male or female?
I couldn't tell. I was too freaked out, and they were too distant. I hope he's okay.
Murder!
What can you tell me about Magnus?
He's totally weird. Good weird. Not serial killer weird. He's one of those people who rarely speaks, but when they do, it's the most interesting thing you've heard in days. He bottles up thoughts and distills them.
Oh, interesting. Who are you?
Just a lowly undergrad assigned to a cubicle, a pair of headphones, and a computer. I'm here on an internship for my maritime psychology degree. My parents said I'd never find a paying job. Shows them. Me and Magnus, we were kind of buddies. I mean, we never met or anything, but whenever he'd radio in, he always wanted to chat. Not a lot of people want to chat with the intern.
You don't sound Icelandic, though.
Nope. Massachusetts.
So, what are you doing here?
Whoa. Deep. I gotta think about that one. I mean, what are any of us doing in this crazy, messed up world, you know?
No, I mean in Iceland, in a control tower. You know, that stuff.
Oh, that. I work in the harbor controller's office. I keep track of ship movement and speak with anyone taking a ship to harbor in Iceland.
What on earth is a maritime psychology degree?
I have a 30-page thesis answering exactly that question, but it can all be boiled down to 2 words. Sailor feelings.
Oh, interesting. What did you mean by daily logs earlier?
There are these logs I'm supposed to fill out whenever a vessel passes through us.
So, are they filled out?
Kind of. I turned one sheet into an homage to my relationship with my mom, another into this super cool drawing of a whale. I haven't been keeping tabs on vessels as well as I should be.
How cool are we talking?
The coolest! I actually stapled it to my cubicle wall, and regardless, I don't have any records of Magnus going through our waters.
Have you met Dagny?
Is that the super mercenary one? Always freezing, kinda sassy?
Sounds like her.
She used to call me all the time. Always tried to get information about Magnus's plans to come in and out of harbor. Joke's on her. I'm so disorganized I can't match my sock colors, let alone keep records of Magnus's charting. She always wanted to know when he'd be gone. I never told her, obviously.
What was she trying to do in his absence?
No clue. But I did some internet stalking on her. One of my many talents. I found out she's wanted in the States for skimming some cash off a treasure find in the Gulf of Mexico.
Oh, that explains why she's been hanging around in Iceland, I guess. Can you tell me about Elizabeth?
Ah, the infamous Seta.
Seta?
It means cutie.
Oh, a pet name.
I know, total barf, right? The hours I spent listening to that guy alternatively complain about her and pine for her. I could write novels. Talk about star-crossed lovers.
They've broken up now.
Yeah, that's the last thing he told me before he went missing. You know, the longer I talk, the more suspicious that sounds.
What do you know about Soren?
That guy who runs the festival?
Yes.
He's worked with us a few times. Always seems like there's something just under the surface with that one. Cheerful and yet angry. Or bitter. Like he was holding something back. They say Icelanders never forget a grudge.
They do.
And by they, I actually just mean me.
Any other information for me?
Not really. Mostly I just kick it in this cubicle and keep my Tall Ship's lifestyle blog updated. It's called Ship Facts. Want to hear about it?
Well, sure. Educate me.
Okay. Ship Fact. The forecastle on a ship refers to the upper forward deck of a sailing ship, but it's pronounced forecastle.
Why's that?
Try pronouncing it like an English sailor with no formal education. Forecastle. Forecastle. Over time it whittled down. Get it?
Hey, that's pretty neat. I need a way to distract someone on board this ship.
So you can do what exactly?
Snoop through their stuff.
So honest.
Hey, at least you're honest about it. Acceptance is the first step to healing. Yeah, I can help.
What do I do?
Hold up, Klepto. I've got a favor to ask first.
Okay, name your price.
There's a lighthouse near Skipbrook. You can probably see it from town. But the light's busted right now. If you can get up there and fix that light, it means I can stay here at HQ with my cup of tea and giant snuggle blanket.
I'll give it a whirl.
My cell number is 978-555-0139. Give me a call when you're standing in front of the light. I'll tell you what to do next.
Later.
Talk to you later.
Isn't she the cutest thing you have ever heard? Ever. I love that character so much. I guess I don't have pieces for that one. Same, to be honest. They said I'd never get a paying job. That'll show them.
I have a space bubble. You're violating it.
Okay. This game is vaguely non-linear, so I'm trying my best.
I have nothing for you.
Okay. So I know we need to check the tide levels, and if the tide levels aren't good, okay, so they're low. I think low is good. We'll find out. Gonna save real quick just in case we drown.
Looks like this dinghy's in good shape. I wonder who owns it.
I should probably ask before I take it. Alright, let's try to figure out whose dinghy this is.
Run along, girl.
How deep into the ground can one man dig a hole? Fairly deep, I suppose. Seems like that's where it's going.
Can I help?
Is it your dinghy?
Do you have anything which might help with my investigation?
If I'm not in town, I'm always locked up in here. I do have some very nice pamphlets, though. The Pamphlet Lovers Journal rated them a 9-star out of 10. I put them together myself.
You're such a nerd.
Here's one for your troubles.
Well, it's hard to turn down an award-winning pamphlet. I'll see if I can make use of this.
Dinged dinghies. Every year in Iceland, roughly 0.8 out of every 100,000 citizens die of drowning, or approximately 2.6 people per year. Actually, that means a lot. Iceland only has 300,000 people, so that's actually a significant amount of deaths. Because modern science has not yet made it possible to save 0.6 of a person from drowning, caution while out at seas can be the most important factor in saving a life. Know your motor. Proper voltage must be flowing to jumpstart a broken motor. Remember the standard voltage recommendation guide 16.9.19.13. And then buy a hook.
Thanks, Soren. Later.
Bye now.
Okay, so I do need that. Can I just take the dinghy? Do I have to ask?
I have nothing for you.
Alright, I assume that I can just take it.
The motor's busted. Can't take it anywhere like this.
Yep, busted motor. Awesome. Mad cat outboard.
I will need to find somebody to help translate these first.
Aha! Wait, but I can read those. Isn't that just 19, 9, 13, and 16? Like, the top one has to be 19, the bottom one has to be 16, and which means that the second one, like, I can read this. That one's gotta be 12. If I had to guess, well, obviously it's 9. Out of 8, that one, fear of fear 5. Okay. Okay. A book, probably. Do you have...
I could use a little space, Nancy.
Well, I could use a book to translate. I'm going to assume I need a book. Do you have a book? Iceland at a glance. Basic vocabulary. Oh, it's 1,500 kroner! I'm a broke ass bitch. Bitch. I'm a broke ass bitch. Time to make money. Okay. Arm is hand leg. Back is back. Bone is bone. Brain is Kylie. Cheek is kin. Chin is haka. Interesting. Ear is ear. Elbow is eye. Alga. That makes sense. Face is anlet. Finger is finger. These are pretty self-explanatory. Forehead is any though. That's not self-explanatory. Hair is hair. Bone. Hand on head. Heart. I actually know what heart is because there's like this one Icelandic song that I know that I love so much. Okay, knee is knee, leg is fought legger. Mouth is okay. You know what? We're just gonna go for it. So this is hair. This is hand. This is finger. This is tooth. This is bone. This is knee. This is arm. This is head. This is pretty easy. Okay. Ta. I think that's toe. Andlet, that's elbow. That's nail, and I think that's face. No, I was wrong on some of them. Back is back. That seems wrong. I hope skin has the rude name. It did not. Okay, time to play again. Because we need 1,500 kroner. Let's go. Look at that little puffin. So cute. Tunga is tongue. Hand is... Whoop. There we go. That's foot. That's ear. I think that's nose. And I think that's neck. Sharta! It's so adorable. I love that I get paid to learn stuff. So kin is cheek. That is head. That, no, this is head and that's brain. No, I was absolutely mistaken. Play again. Let's go. Animals. Okay, I'm just gonna go. Ooh, I made a mistake. That's chicken. That's the donkey, and I think that's a hedgehog. Holy shit! Okay, if you know enough, all languages look some languages look the same. Is Bjorn? Bjorn is bear, I think. Appy, Kanina, it's monkey. I was close. Is a sheep, I think. Kin is fox, I think. Well, I know what fish is. I was so wrong on that one. Okay. That looks like lion. That looks like pig. I don't know. Awesome. We have enough money. Let's go. Let's go. Let's get that book to help me translate the words that I do know. I should learn Icelandic. Speak like I think there's something like 300,000 Icelandic speakers in the world. No, that's not right. I think it's higher than that. Okay.
Excellent taste.
Thank you, Soren. Oh, that looks expensive. It's 1,800 kroner. Anyway, eventually I do need to get every single one of the. Excuse me. Okay, you're still there. It's so hard. Like if you think French is bad. Oh. Hold on. Go back up. Go back up. You can kind of see the aurora borealis over there. Okay. Let's fix the ship.
The motor's intact, but I'll need to replace the spark plugs and cables.
Did this not... Let's see. Sphere was 2. Interesting. Oh, it's not going to do it for me. Okay. I'm going to take a picture of it. Place the spark plug. Oops, that fell. Awesome. Oh, I was right. Ada, Nui. 12 is 12. 13 is that. Yep. So I was right on some of these. I'm very proud of myself. And in the guide, the top one needs to be 16. So how do we make 16? Well, we can't with 8, so that's out of the question. Are these? Oh, they're all separate. Okay, so we could do like. Wait, what do we have to get? We have to get 16. Think we don't have 4. No, we do. So we could do 12 and 4, which is 16. And then, oops, the next one would be 9. So a 5 would be fantastic. We do have a 5, which means that I already used 4. No, I didn't. Here's 4. No, that's 2. Ah! Okay. Okay. I need to not rely. Wait, do we have 6? No. Of course we don't have 6. You can't put that in a video game. It's sex. Whoops. Okay. So we do 7, excuse me. 12, and, is it? 16, so I need 12 and 4. Okay, so we could do 7 and 2. Okay. We got this, don't worry. Next is 19, but the only ones I have left are lower numbers. We've 10, but we don't. Oh no, we do have 9. So we do 10, 9. And then the last one is 13, so Ada and Fim better. Oh, it is. It is short here. Awesome. So we can do 5 and that. So then, 19. Let's not do that because I think the top is 16. And then 9. And then 13 and 16. And 19. And 16. I'm so good at this
It's
game!
working. Don't know whose boat this is, but I'll just borrow it for a little while.
Ah, Nancy. Just borrowing boats. I see how it is. We're gonna save real quick. We're gonna save real quick. Because I think we Oh my god. Imagine this being our thing. Imagine. Imagine.
It's too high to reach at low tide.
Okay, I made a mistake. But pressing that is not one of them. Okay, so we need to sleep to make the tide come back, basically.
I should try to get some sleep while I'm here.
Awesome. So it's high tide right now, which means we can go out and do the thing. Do. It's not gonna get old. And look, you can. Oh, those aren't animated for some reason. Here we go. Oh wait, we should actually call Alex real quick.
Are you in front of that lighthouse bulb yet?
Not
I'm
quite
not.
yet.
Then stop calling me, weirdo.
Forgot. Did we have a fight with Ned? We did. Did we resolve it? I don't remember.
This case has me stumped. I was called here on a missing persons investigation, but I'm starting to think things might go much deeper than that.
Lay it on me. Maybe I can help with the case.
I've met some interesting people here.
Who's our group this time?
I'm going to real quick get ice cream while we run through this. Be right back. Welcome back.
Elizabeth runs the pub in town. She's also in charge of letting people on or off the ship, it seems. She and Magnus have a rough relationship history. They broke up right before he went missing. But I don't think she's ready to end things just yet.
Uh-oh.
I know. I'm trying to get close to her, but it's difficult.
Thank you.
She doesn't like me.
Have you tried asking her for help? If she really wants to find Magnus, she'll give you a hand. If she doesn't, I think you should keep a close eye on her.
I'll do that. You're right. Gunnar is an old retired sailor. He means well, but he's not the easiest guy to work with. It seems like all he's ever doing is shouting at me.
Are you sure that isn't a front for something?
What do you mean?
Sometimes when people are hurting or hiding something, they get angry. It helps to cover up what they're really feeling. Being angry is a distraction.
I hadn't thought of that. Interesting.
I want you to know right now that every single game from the very beginning, if you ever run a suspect by anyone that you're given to tell hints to, and in the older games, you could tell them to Ned and to George and Bess, they all do the same thing. They give you doubt on, like, all of them.
Soren is an academic who runs the culture center. He seems pretty lonely. People treat him terribly here. They ignore him, or worse.
So, it's like middle school all the time? Yeah. I shipped out of that town years ago.
I wonder why he hasn't. Maybe he's not done trying yet.
Gotta admire persistence, right?
Dagny is a treasure hunter working with Magnus. She's nice, but guarded. It's hard to get a read on her.
She actually calls herself a treasure hunter, and she's not suspect number one?
She's the one who called me in.
In your line of work, that doesn't seem to count for much.
That is true.
Anyone who freely admits to doing questionably legal things is probably someone you want to keep at the top of the list, Nance.
Let's talk about something else, actually. I got to pilot a ship.
Like a pirate ship?
No, a little smaller than that.
So a yacht?
Not that either.
A catamaran?
More like a dinghy.
Nancy, that's not a ship. It's a boat.
What's the difference?
You can just tell. A certain level of majesty is required. Dinghies? Not majestic, not even a little.
The time of day never changes here. It's dark even in the middle of the day. We're very far north.
Wow, can you see the Aurora Borealis?
It's out right now.
I wish I were there with you.
Me too. It's beautiful here, Ned. Beautiful, but dark and slightly menacing.
My favorite kind of vacation spot.
Talk to you later.
Bye.
Maybe you could have been there with you.
Locked. Can't fix anything until I get inside.
Dude, okay. Where? No. You know, what if they put it on a rock? Just kick the lighthouse open.
I have nothing for you.
Oh, I should probably ask Alex first if she knows where the key is.
Are you in front of that lighthouse bulb yet?
Not quite yet.
Then stop calling me, weirdo.
Okay, JK. I was wrong that she would have the lighthouse key. Gag me.
I have a space bubble. You're violating it.
Imagine being that cold all the time.
I could use a little space, Nancy.
But there's no way Gunnar has it. Why am I talking to these people? They have nothing for me.
Run along, girl.
Okay. Drama is yes. Okay. So realistically, I need to figure out where I can get gas from. With a snowmobile. Right? It won't work unless I have gas. I don't have gas in here.
That's done. That's done. Can't check. Still have to do that.
Okay. Oh hey! A hook! It's like Soren's. What? Where'd he go? Anyway, I have a hook. Ooh, chaos at Skip Brook. Commerce meeting. A town hall meeting this week erupted into discord when a local fisherman caused a scene over what he calls a threat to core Icelandic values. Skip Brook citizen Gunnar Tonnesson brought a written petition to the meeting hoping to interrupt the board's vote on the fiscal allocation for the annual Ancestors Festival. Tonnesson described his petition as a serious attempt to maintain the sanctity and integrity of our town's history. He is a well-known local terror and maintains an active political presence against the Ancestors Festival. He was recently charged with sabotaging the past 2 years' festival, which the local police chief termed definitely the most offensive use of fermented shark and hot tar I've ever seen. Damages from these incidents are estimated to have totaled more than 12.4 million kroner. Tonnesson has willfully refused to pay these fines. The authorities have speculated that his actions may escalate the sword. Witnesses report that Councilmember Soren Bergeson denied Tonnesson's request to present his petition, at which point Tonnesson threw a bottle at him. He's totally off his rocker, Bergeson told the supervisor after the meeting was suspended. He's clinging to the past out of sheer emotional attachment. That's how they all are here. They're terrified of change. In a perfect world, sure, the festival would always stay the same, but ticket sales are a constant struggle for us. My job is to take into consideration. At which point, Bergeson was forced to duck as Tonnesson threw a second bottle at him. You see, he shrieked. You see what I'm dealing with here? Not know what I'm going to use a hook for, but I have it now, so...
Run along, girl.
Maybe if I save a little more.
450 kroner? Okay. We gotta make the money. We gotta make that bank. Let's just go for it. Hey! Is it really? You liked Iceland. That's fair. I totally guessed those. I have no idea. Oh, hey. Okay. History of Supra. Let's go. I don't know if we saw this
The
before.
year was 1783 when lucky fissures opened and vomited fire and smoke onto the land. Thousands perished immediately into the madness, and the sky grew dark and even foreign lands were covered. We called those times the mist hardships, and in that darkness, the people of Skipbrot struggled to survive. One night, a ship came crashing into harbor. It was the Herlikai. Captain Lawrence and his crew were rescued and taken in.
Oh no. Oh no, there's multiple. Oh no! Alright. Let's go. That's a chicken. Not a horse. That's a... That might actually be a whale. I think that was monkey. Bird. Ass. Fish. Yes. I don't remember this one. But I know that that's bear. That has to be swine. Okay. We're doing this. Time to McFucking suffer. It's a good thing I have a good memory when it comes to words. Shake, mouse, rabbit, hedgehog. We're doing it one more time just in case. That's a donkey, that's a goat, that's a hedgehog, that's a bird. After monkey, Lundy is puffin. Swine is pig, cur is cow. Just hear that fucking background music though. Lundy is a cute word. They normally do amazing jobs with their soundtracks. I highly recommend looking into literally any of their soundtracks, and they're all just going to be so perfect and amazing, but this one is just fantastic. Okay, here we go. Part 2.
Once ashore, Lawrence explained that he carried with him a mountain of golden treasure. He promised to share it along with his ship's food supplies in exchange for shelter until winter's end. That winter was darker than ever. No stars shone, and soon even the supplies on the Herlikheid ran thin. But even in the middle of that hardship, love bloomed. For Lawrence had fallen in love with Alda, the daughter of the town's founding family. Soon, Lawrence and Alda were wed, and soon after that, the marriage bore a baby girl. Eventually, the poisoned water drew away from the shores, and the fish returned to Skipbrot. Thanks to Lawrence, many more people had survived than the neighboring towns. The townspeople wanted to rebuild their home. They needed money, and fast. They needed the treasure Lawrence had promised them.
Time for part 3.
Maybe if I save a little more.
Am I... What? Okay, time to suffer. Let's go. That's a grand... That's ants. Okay, there we go. Okay, now for real, the last part of their town history.
But Lawrence explained that he would need to sail somewhere else in order to retrieve his promised treasure. The townspeople called Lawrence a liar. They accused him of trying to escape with his new wife and child. They grew angrier and angrier. Soon, a fight had broken out. When the dust cleared, the townspeople looked in horror at what they had done. Alda was no longer breathing. The townspeople carried the heavily injured Lawrence into the inn, intending to banish him once he had recovered from his wounds. But he, too, passed away, leaving only a diary for his young daughter. That daughter eventually grew, married, and bore a daughter of her own, and so on. Today, Elizabeth is the only remaining descendant of the original Captain Lawrence, but the fabled treasure Lawrence spoke of was never found.
Oh, what a sad story.
Nancy agrees with you. I'm gonna put my ice cream up and go to the bathroom. I'll be right back. It's almost like the people in Iceland kind of look the same. Just a little bit. Be right back.
loves to rise there buried under silentness and night. Grave left unattended. Okay, we're back. Whew! We're weirdly cold. I don't know why. A full body ship. That is perfectly fine. 9:30 is A-okay with me.
Can't check that off yet. Can't check that off yet.
Ugh, better not be. Okay, so I think we can go talk to Elizabeth about. I think we can go talk to Elizabeth about her ancestry.
Can I help?
I heard the story about your family.
I grew up with so much anger. I couldn't believe people would do that to one another.
People do strange things when money's on the line. I think they could bury the hatchet and move on. I guess not.
Nothing is ever buried here. Just sleeping. And sometimes it awakens in unexpected ways.
Did Gunnar do anything unusual leading up to the festival?
Well, if you include the 2 festivals before this one, certainly. He ruined them single-handedly. Aside from that, only the usual threats. Gunnar swore he'd tie Magnus up and send him out to sea. Gunnar hates Magnus.
I heard something about your family line in connection to the ship. Do you feel you have a claim to it?
It's true. The ship is mine, and everything on it. My great-great-great-great-grandfather was the original captain.
So what did you think of the restoration project then?
She is a beautiful ship, truly. But her history is stained with blood. Even though the treasure is rightfully mine, this fairy tale chasing business seems wrong. I thought the restoration would unite the town, but all it's done is drive us further apart.
What happens if you do find it?
Family. People. That's what matters. The rest is useless noise.
I'll let you go.
Bye now.
Okay. She is a good person, even if she's a little. We've definitely been up to the crow's nest, but I'm gonna go up again. 86. Ooh, the Aurora Borealis. There's the lighthouse that we went to. Right? Oh, I love everything about this so much.
Hey,
So say there is a treasure. What was it doing on the ship in the first place?
who knows? Who cares? Money's money.
It just seems fishy is all.
It's Iceland. The economy runs on fish.
Bye-bye.
Bye now.
I love that line. I do love it. I love Elizabeth's essentially her summation of it, that nothing's ever buried, and it's just under the surface the whole time. They're not doing anything else up here. Ew. Why would you?
Oh, hello there.
Hi, Soren.
What are your thoughts on the treasure rumor?
Ah, the treasure. X marks the headache. When I heard someone wanted to seriously search for it, I was overjoyed. Maybe I'd stop hearing about it for once. I sold the exploration rights in exchange for Ms. Silva funding the ship rebuild.
Do you have any interest in the treasure?
Certainly. All of us have tried looking for it, even Gunnar, though he'll deny it. Alas, I cannot speak for my treasure hunting abilities. Though I often go scavenging for lost artifacts in the hillsides, I have yet to succeed in finding anything aboard the Hurlokide.
Were people upset you sold the exploration rights?
Oh, absolutely rabid, especially Gunner. But I've long since learned that they'll hate anything I do. If I so much as cough in the wrong direction, I've got a mob of angry citizens on my porch. So enough with their complaints. If they feel such rage about it, they can come talk it out with me over a nice cuppa. They won't, of course.
Later.
Bye now.
Okay, Soren. Seems like that's a sore subject. Eh, 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 eh. Let's try solving a puzzle real quick. Because I feel like I've not solved enough puzzles, and maybe that's why this game has stalled a bit. So, it's time for this one. Okay, so it throws me off is that I don't exactly know what the patterns are for, is the thing. So there has to be some kind of pattern of the yellow, and if there is, then it's probable that those two maybe? Perhaps not? I mean, I think all of them potentially could be. That kind of looks like, if I could just click up, well, okay. It kind of looks like a pattern. It's my personal thought. It's just I don't know what the pattern is after. As you feel, I don't think it's Sudoku. Unless, no. My first thought was, what if it's trying to be 86, which is the number that was all over the ship? I don't know. Then again, I think this one could also potentially be. That is my phone. Sorry about that. I'm gonna just answer that real quick. Hello? What do you mean? Yeah.
I'm in the middle of something. Can I text you? I'm in the middle of something. Can I text you? No, it's okay. I just wanted to make sure you were okay. Silly. I love you.
Hilariously, I think that call jogged my mind. 'Cause, okay, hear me out. These are complete, right? Yeah, no, he's good. Don't worry. It's just he never calls me at this time, so I was really concerned. So I picked it up, and he's fine. He just got done hanging out with Alex. So it's all good. So what I'm thinking is, these all add up to 9, right? So this is 9, that's 9, that's 9, that's 9. So my original thought was add these up to 9, which I think I did. But then I'm wondering if I got the colors wrong. And if that's the case, that I have the colors wrong, what would make them right? Well, there's 3 here, 3, so this may be red. Oh my gosh, I can't believe it. Hey, a key! Lighthouse key! Okay.
So, Dagny's trying to keep a low profile. I wonder if that's why she called me instead of going to the police about Magnus.
Seriously, who leaked this? Have you been running your mouth? I hope you realize it's going to take a lot of dough to make this disappear, says Dagny. National authorities have declared a renewed interest in a historical missing treasure case. Oh, she's trying to keep the profile low on the height of the curve. And then I think we can read this. Today my head feels worse than ever. Have not slept in 3 days. Can't stop thinking about the ship. Toomey and I have moved on board into the captain's quarters. Elizabeth finds it strange, me living amongst the ruins of a dead crew. I can't blame her. Last night I saw a shadow moving on the ship's deck, just out of the light's reach. I started keeping Toomey with me for safety. Midnight thought, what if the treasure isn't on board at all? What if it's somewhere else entirely? This winter is darker than ever. It feels like it may never end. Game of Thrones! With Lawrence, nothing is a coincidence. He meant for this treasure to be found. I'm getting closer, and the more I uncover, the more scared I am to say anything. I sense that someone is following my tracks, ever so slightly out of sight. I found my journal open on the desk this morning. I always lock it away. And last week I thought I heard someone outside my cabin out in the snow, but when I peeked out, no one was there. I'm not imagining this. It's real. I swear it is. There's no one I can trust, not even Dagny, not even Elizabeth. The town has their cute tourist story, but I alone know the truth. Searching for the pieces has been the thread connecting the seams of my life. I found the first when I was a boy, a small button, clearly old and carved with no sense of its belonging. I've never told Elizabeth about any of it. Every weekend, my private clients ask me to chart a new course for some tourist destination. They always want to go to the same 4 dive spots, the same 6 beachside bars, the same 3 ports. While I sail it, I think of the treasure and I think of Elizabeth. I think of the life she deserves. I can't give her my life, constantly being at sea, constantly on the clock. Something has to change. This treasure is the way out. Dabby's funeral was today. Afterwards, I went to the ship and worked. I know there's an answer buried in Lawrence's burnt homes. It's right in front of me. Elizabeth stayed beside me all day, long into the evening. She didn't argue with me, just reached for my hand. I wish I could tell her about the footlocker and the items within it. I didn't know they were her family's when I found them, I suppose, but that's not an excuse for continuing to keep them, is it? Someday I'm going to make things right with her. I just hope that when that happens, she can forgive me. At the funeral, my uncle reminded me that my father used to call me Little Thrawn, after the famous moody sailor of my childhood sagas. It is written that Thrawn's heart was ever false. Perhaps I, too, am a liar at my core. I miss him so much.
Sounds like he's gone through some troubled times lately. Is this a code?
I'm close to figuring out the lock in my quarters. The combination is tied back to tidal-sounding depth charts. When the locator compass is placed correctly on the chart, 4 numbers will be visible in the locator's holes. These 4 numbers will open the lock when entered in increasing order. I have half the locator now. Tracing some faint markings at the top of the manifest revealed the total sum of all 4 numbers visible in the locator's holes. That means I still need to find at least 2 numbers to be able to locate the correct place to put the locator. One number is hidden in Lawrence's antique map on the wall. I need only break this code to see which letters to pin. My search continues for a second number and the other half of the locator.
I bet Magnus was in the middle of solving this. Looks like one of these words is scrambled within each row and column.
Luckily, I am amazing at these hide and seeky thingies. Whatever you call them. Usually. Not always. See, if I say it, I'm gonna be bad at it. Was it find all the words? Okay, it is find all the words. Thank you. Also, can we just take a moment to talk about how, like, I feel for Magnus. I feel for all the characters in this game, I'm not gonna lie. It's hard not to. You kind of understand where most of them are coming from. I say most because, you know, there are parts where you're like, I don't know about that, my guy. Oh, what is, I think that erases it. I think I'm supposed to find them within the columns and then the rows. I'll have to take your word for it. I imagine that Iceland feels very isolating, but I like that they captured that, you know? Like, you feel what all the characters are describing. It's excellent gameplay. Even just walking around in the outside atmosphere, like, you feel like there's such a world around you and you feel like you're being watched almost, just because of the openness of the area. The snow that's falling, the lack of visibility. And it's very pretty and very unsettling. Oh, this is not how I thought that was going to work. Okay. So if that's the case, then... Wait, what if I wanted to go down? Is it just going to go across? Interesting. I don't remember this puzzle at all. Oh. Oh, I understand. I understand how this works now. It's like an elevated crossword puzzle. I like it. There's no W, so we need an H and a W in one row. It's gotta be... Or maybe in a column. Do I have to find... How do I... Oh no. I have to do that. So that was it then. So one of these has to have... If we're K... Nope. Doesn't have a D. Doesn't have a D. Oh, right click to select the column. Okay. Okay. Right click to select the column. There's something in here. I think it's spur. Spar, excuse me. Spar is there. I think stern is in this one. I did not mean to do that. We can still do spar here, which is awesome. Okay. So then, which one is jib? This one has to be jib. That's not where I meant to do that. Okay. This row is bilge. The real question is going to be which of these E's are going to be important in someone else's thing. You know? We got spirit. Yes, we do. Okay, so this one is bow spirit. Which means that's not the eye. Oh no! Oops. Because this one, I'm really sure is bow spirit. I don't think you can get that anywhere else. Okay, which means Jim is somewhere else as well. Excuse me, I don't need to yawn like this. It's fun though, it's like an elevated crossword puzzle, but it wouldn't be as fun if I couldn't erase. Can you imagine? I would not like to do this by hand. Why did that not get crossed out? That's... Let me try this again. B-O-W-S-P-I-R... Oh, bowsprit. Keel walls forward from the bottom? You are absolutely correct. Thank you. H-A-U-L, and then Jib can be this row after all. Okay, so I think... Transom is the one... Transom? Or person? You are helping though! There's gotta be something in here. Oakum, I think, is probably what this one is. But if we do that, we won't have an A, so maybe it's not. Pretty sure it is though. You know what? I'm gonna take spar out. Find that one somewhere else, I'm pretty sure. Did that not get rid of it? Oakum! Oh my gosh. There we go. Top line? Awesome. H. I don't see an A in the top line. Although I also don't really see an H elsewhere, so... That one doesn't have a W. You're not. That's all I can. Oops. There we go. Clue. Oh, it is, but now I've used the W. But now I've used the W. Oh no. The real question is, where is transom in this entire thing? I haven't seen it. Well, you could be right. That's the thing, is like, I don't know if I'm using other letters that I'm not supposed to be using. Like, for example, I can't find transom. You'd think that would be the one that would stand out the most to me. And yet... this one. Alright, let's get rid of the stern, because this isn't it. Really though? Okay. Purser is the next one to find. Let's get rid of Fluff. Because this one's... I thought that was Purser. That's not. This one's Purser. Okay. Although, we can also do Love over here. That's not an L. No, we can't. Never mind. So fast. Helm? Helm. Where's Helm? Helm. Oh, Helm. You're right. Okay, so this one is Rake. This is what concerns me. Those letters. Those don't attach to anything that I can see. Kedge is over here. This one's Stern. Bosun is here. This one is Y'all. That's not actually... Oh no! So Love had to go. Haha! I was right about being wrong. Oops. This one is Jive. This one is Spar. Oh, I'm using the wrong L in Keel Hall. That's fine. That's fine. There we go. And then... Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Okay, okay. I'm using the wrong G in Kedge. That's fine. That's fine. I need the A. What is this attached to? This is... Oh no, we have to do so much! Okay, okay. Okay, it's fine. I need this A to make Gaff. Therefore, I need this A for Spar. And for Keel Hall, I need to use this A for Keel Hall. Now we can do Gaff, which frees up this A. I think, because I need Hosser. Where did I put Hosser? Where is that? What is this? Okay, it's over here. Okay. So Hosser needs... Wait, put that back for Keel Hall. Is that not Hosser? There's only one A in this column. Okay, put that back there. And then... Because then... Spar... No. Spar needs that one. So we switch that one. And then we go there.
Okay, looks complete. What can I use this for?
Wait, what is this? Huh. I don't know, but I have it. Wait. I'm gonna take it. I have it though. See? You really get into these games. Like, it's hard not to, almost. Okay, I'm gonna take a picture of that. So now I have it. I don't know what for, but I have it. Oh, I love these games. Okay, okay. Is that... No. I think that's it in his book. Over...
Okay, time to place some pins.
Okay, so I think we take the letters from the thing, place pins according to the notebook's code. What? Okay, I need to. Wait, what time is it? Okay. So his thing was. One number is hidden. I need only break this code to see which letters to pin. Okay. Okay, we know which letters to pin. Starting with E. Where are my pins? Hello? Oh, on the side. E. V. I hate that noise. F. Okay. W. M. R. C. J. So R. C. Am I missing something? D. U. L. Also an S. These are, oh, I think that's a J.
This is one of the sounding numbers Magnus was looking for.
Oh, got it! Okay. It's like you're farting the alphabet. Oh my gosh, imagine if that was someone's talent, farting the alphabet.
Can't check that off yet.
Okay, so 1486. Wait, what's the other numbers? A path locator. The total sum of all four numbers. That means I still need to find at least two numbers. I have the whole locator, I think. Maybe? Maybe? I did not mean to go that far.
These must be the sounding charts from Magnus's notebook. I need to find those numbers and the locator compass he mentioned.
Well, I have the locator compass. Okay, so all four of the numbers add up to 86, and one of the numbers is 14. And we have the lighthouse key, so we can go check to make sure that it's actually high tide before we go out. Yeah, it's high tide. Time is an illusion. Life is a wonder, you'll never know the answer. Okay, back we go. We have the key. We open the lighthouse. There. That feels like there should be something to look at there, but okay. It's so silent and spooky.
Well, I made it to the top. Better give Alex a call. Okay, I'm in the lighthouse.
Awesome. I can remote the power from here, but I'm going to need you to get all the pieces in place first. One of our staff programmers wrote a new idiot-proof failure mechanic for it. Anyways, I think you need to mix the color channels to create white light. When all of the channels are white, the light will power back on.
This process sounds anything but simple.
Yeah, exactly. That's programmers for you. Give it a whirl and give me a call if you get stuck.
Okay.
I need to create white light to get the lighthouse running again.
How is this supposed to be idiot-proof? Wait, what is this? Do I get to click on this? Oh my gosh, it's 2048. Okay, don't worry. I'm good at that. Can I use my mouse? I used to play this all the time in college. I'll have it. Oop. Have it in no time. Don't worry. Really?
Fixed it. Time to phone Alex again.
Did you really? Aw. Look at these graphics. They're so pretty. I played it way too much. I don't even remember what my score was. It was absolutely obscene.
Woohoo! Thanks, you saved my butt.
Glad I could help.
Okay, let's talk about stealing stuff.
I prefer the term snooping.
Whatever, Klepto. You need a distraction? I got one. There's an alarm hidden in Magnus's captain's chair.
Back in the wheelhouse?
Yep. Hopefully you're using it for the forces of good, but hey, no judgment.
Alrighty. I'm pretty sure we get whacked on the head after that, so I'm gonna save right here because it's 9:30, and you need to do this stuff. Thank you so much for watching with me. I hope you enjoyed this. I really love this game, and I'm glad to be able to share it with you. I'm so glad. I'll see you Discord side. Doo-doo.